Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, walk around the neighborhood.
Hello you guys, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time in my channel, I'll tell you welcome, and if it's your second time or you've been in my channel, you subscribe, I'll tell you thank you for visiting my channel and welcome back. And I have a lot of Creole videos in Creole in my channel. However, I will start making a lot of videos in English now. This video is about my experience to Jamaica during COVID-19. So if you're traveling to Jamaica, or if you're planning on traveling to Jamaica during COVID-19, maybe my experience may be able to help you a little bit, and I'll put a quick video of my experience. I'm going straight to my experience and everything. I'm not gonna make the video along with a bunch of nonsense, so stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. So okay, here, first things first, before, like, if you're going to Jamaica, don't forget that you need to get authorization. So if you're planning on going to Jamaica, if you're gonna buy a ticket last minute, especially if you're coming from Texas, if you're coming from Florida, if you're coming from, I believe New York is one of them, there's some state that they make it like legit, you have to get authorization in order for you to even in order for you to even get in the plane. You have to get a COVID-19 test, which means, because I had to watch a lot of videos on YouTube trying to figure it out, because I just flew to Jamaica in September 2020 and I had a little anxiety about it, because there's not much video on YouTube. I don't know for now, but the week in September when I was traveling, there was not much videos on YouTube about anybody's experience there. Even though my friend that was getting married was already there, and she's Jamaican herself, but our experience was different. So going over there, my first issue was, I mean, if you don't have insurance, or like if you do have insurance, some insurance, I don't know if every insurance cover COVID-19, but you have to take a PC, I think it's called PCR, something like that, correct me if I'm wrong, COVID test. It has to be the one where, like, they swap your nose, or they swap your tongue, or they swap your throat, and then they take it to the lab, and then they give you the result. So I had to just change jobs, so my insurance, the insurance that I had cut off, and then I was just applying for a new insurance that did not kick in yet. So in between, I had an insurance issue. And then when I called to go to a place that my friend had got her test there, I was gonna go to the same place to get a COVID test, which was a Med Express. They asked me for, I think it was $140 to get the test, to get an actual like COVID test, to go to the lab and everything, for them to give me a result. And the result was between 3 to 5 days. So, and I'm in Florida. I live in Fort Myers, Florida. So I don't know for your state, I don't know for your city how this works, and your insurance. However, I had done my research. I had to do a lot of like searching. So I had done my research, and then I find out that my county actually gave COVID tests for free. So if you check with your counties or your cities, you may be able to get COVID-19 tests free. Where they like, especially if you check with your health department, most likely your health department, sometimes they go to some of the sometimes, like in my city, sometimes they go to different places, to different park and stuff like that, and then they do the testing. And then I think sometimes they between like 9 a.m. to 4, 9 a.m. to 5, things like that. So you go, you do the test, and then they actually emailed the result to you. So that's what I did, and then I ended up saving money of getting the test done, because when I told them about my insurance situation, they told me, sure, well, it will be $150, because when we do the test, we have to send it to lab core, and then for us to give you the result. But when you do it with a health department, if you don't have insurance, again, like I'm saying, when you do it with a health department, it is free. And then they actually do a accredited lab. They use an accredited lab because it's the health department, so of course. And then they will send you the actual result with all details and all information for you to fill out your authorization, because you have to fill out an authorization 5 days. 5 days. Do it 5 days, please. Do it 5 days before your flight to Jamaica, because I think you can do the application 5 days, within 5 days before your flight to Jamaica. You have to, if it's before that, they just gonna kick you out of the application, because I'm trying to do it between like 10 to 8 days. They like, oh, it's too early, they kicked it out. And then your COVID test too has to be between 7 to 10 business days. So if you're traveling, 7 to 10 business days, I mean, before 7 to 10 days, not business, 7 to 10 days before your flight to Jamaica, make sure that you take your COVID test. And then once you receive your result from your COVID test, which probably gonna take you 3 to 5 days based on where you get it done, then 5 days before your flight to Jamaica, go ahead and fill out the application. I'll put the website where you have to fill out the application for them to give you an authorization. I'll put the link below. So they will give you an authorization. You have to send that. You have to send your passport information, flight information, things like that. They're gonna ask you if you have any symptoms, and some preliminary information, where do you work, and things like that. And then like a pre-screening. And then you add your result, your COVID test result, to that. And then they will email you your authorization, because guess what, you will not get inside of the plane without this, because they checked it in security. And when we get inside in our gate, someone comes in and makes sure they scan everyone. They scan everybody's authorization, because there's a code in there that they can scan it. Even if you have it on your phone, if you can print it out. And if you can have it on your phone, they will still make sure they verify your date of birth. They verify your information to make sure it match with your ticket information in order for them to let you board to your plane. So here's the anxiety that I had. So I did everything, even though I was freaking out, because me finding a place to get the COVID test, I didn't want to spend like $140 for a COVID test. The fact that I had issue with my insurance. Then I ended up finding a place. Then now when I get the test result and then I did the application, then this kind of put me back. So when I finally had a place to do the test, so I sent my application on a Monday and I was flying on Thursday. Tell me why Wednesday I got my authorization 10 p.m. My flight was at 8 a.m. on Thursday. I received my authorization from Jamaica on Wednesday night, 10 p.m. And I was freaking out, because where I live and where I was going to fly in Miami, it was 2 hours drive from my house to Miami. And tell you that Wednesday night, I still didn't have no authorization. And the plane, I flew with JetBlue. They made it clear that you had to have your authorization to be booked in the plane. And I still didn't have that. And I know someone else that had the same flight as me, and they did not get the authorization at midnight. And our flight was at 8 a.m. So I can tell you about all of our nerve-wracking and anxiety. And it was crazy. So, and my friend had called. I had emailed them 1,000 times. I had emailed them since Tuesday. I was emailing them, no response. And my friend called them on Wednesday, give them our passport information, and try to escalate everything last minute. Good thing, but at least that was bridesmaid too, that was going to the wedding, and they didn't get the authorization, and the flight was 8 a.m. So that's what I'm telling you. Do your authorization early. I did mine early. Mine was on time, because they said that they give you a response in 2 days. Mine was like over 2 days. So it was over 2 days, because I was flying on Thursday. I did it on Monday, because I did not get my result, my COVID-19 result, until Monday, and I did it right when I get my result. I did it right in there. So mind you, it still take me sometimes. I mean, it still takes some time, because they said, oh, it take 2 days. But apparently, if you came from a city or a state that has a lot of COVID positive, a high result of positive COVID, people infected with COVID, so they have to really put in consideration, they had to really look into it. But if you're coming from another state, it might be different from you, for you. So that was my that was the most anxiety and things like that. And then when we got there, they do a screening, they do check your temperature, and after that they do a screening to make sure, to ask you where you're gonna stay. You have, make sure, like, whatever resort, you have the phone number, you have every information, because that was an issue with me, because since I was going to a wedding, my friend already had the place all situated. So some of the question that I look kind of dumb not being able to answer, because they need to know. And then they will make sure that you add apps on your phone in order for you to check, in order for you to check in, and things like that. So make sure that you know your place, the place you go in, you know a phone number there, you know the address, you know what city are you going to stay at. And they will ask you to quarantine yourself for 14 days. They do not want you to be out. Even though you have a negative COVID test, they will still ask you to quarantine yourself and not be every places. And make sure you have your mask on too. So they are very strict over there. So once you got there, I had an early flight, so by the time I got there, we probably were like probably the first flight. So that's why my process didn't take long, but usually it takes long. So that's why and then my experience too from Fort Lauderdale Airport wasn't long. I thought I was in the airport very early because of the COVID thing. I thought it was gonna take forever to check and all those things, but all the check-in, they do it when you get in the country. So they make sure like they check your temperature, they do a screening, and make sure like they ask you question and stuff like that, and make sure they give you a paper to fill out with your temperature every day. And then they give you number if you have any issue, like if you have a fever or you feel like you're getting any symptoms, you can call them. So they make it pretty serious. Beside that, the experience was great. They are wonderful people. We had fun. I stayed in we were like, I flew to Montego Bay, and I forgot what's the city. I think it called White House, the part that I was in. So you will see the video of the good things that I did over there. So don't forget to subscribe for more videos, you guys. But I wish you good luck and have fun. The only thing, make sure that what I told you, I'm gonna put the link below. Don't stress out, just make sure you go to their webpage and then read the information. I don't know if they have anything updated. Most likely they might have some more regulation or whatever they do now, but I just went in September, so I doubt it there will be much more changes. But check it out, check the website below, and good luck and have a safe travel. Thank you.